I've been hearing all about the sugar diet all over YouTube. People are eating straight up sugar and getting shredded from it. So I'm gonna try it, see if it's a real thing. Tomorrow I'll start sugar fasting every other day for 1 week, and we'll see if there's any difference in the physique. We're gonna do a physique check in my living room, regular lighting, no pump, just what I look like on a normal day. We'll compare that in a week, and let's also get my starting weight, 181.2. All right, day one on the sugar diet. Today I'm doing a sugar fast, so just fruit, candy, sugar. And for breakfast, I'm gonna have some apples covered in regular maple syrup. This goes against everything I've ever done to just wake up and eat sugar. And normally I do intermittent fasting, so I never even eat this early. It's 9 o'clock, I'm going to the gym at 10 to meet up with a friend. This friend likes to go late, so I didn't want to eat super early. I'm gonna start right before I go to the gym. So I'm gonna eat this, and then I'm gonna bring some candy with me to the gym and just kind of snack on candy throughout the day. Maybe I'll have some more fruit, more candy later. But today is just sugar, no protein, no fats. And then you're supposed to do no starches, but I think I'm gonna do some Cocoa Pebbles tonight. I don't know if that totally will screw it up, but it seems like it's mostly just sugar. And I'm gonna use almond milk, which is like almost no fat. So it'll be like under 5 grams of fat for the day. Also, I'm very curious to see after I eat this, how my energy levels are gonna be. Because with fasting, I generally have better energy levels. Other YouTube videos that I've watched have said that sugar fasting gives you more energy than regular fasting. But every time in my life that I've ever had carbs for breakfast, I get tired like immediately, but I don't remember ever having just sugar. I've usually had more complex carbs like bread, pancakes, oatmeal, probably mixed with some fats and protein. And that always makes me super tired. So I'm hoping that this eating just sugar provides better energy and I don't crash right now, right before I go to the gym. But I'm also hoping I get some good pumps at the gym from all these carbs. Just finished my first workout on the sugar fast. This was my first time eating anything pre-workout in years. So I was expecting like I would get like a really good pump. Didn't get any crazy pump. Also, I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I am a little bit sick right now. So that could be impacting my workouts for sure. We'll see as the days go on if my pumps get any crazier. Maybe my glycogen stores will refill a little bit more. First workout, pretty underwhelming, nothing crazy. I did not get a crash. Like normally if I eat carbs in the morning, I will get pretty tired, but that didn't happen with just the sugar. I finished like that whole bag of gummy Skittles and I feel perfectly fine. Sugar diet, day 2. Originally I was planning to do sugar fast, normal diet, sugar fast, normal diet, back and forth. But I feel like I want to get the results faster. So I'm going to sugar fast for at least 1 more day. So 2 days in a row. I might do 3. I might do until I'm shredded and then start incorporating some protein and fats. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yesterday, I had like 2 apples, 3 bananas, probably a couple bags of candy. When I was eating the fruit, I felt fine. And I also had some like syrup and honey on the fruit. And then when I had the candy, I was feeling very like sweaty and hot. I don't know if my body was just like burning it up or if my blood sugar was just getting high or what, but didn't feel too great on the candy. Also, I was sick. So the last few days I just haven't felt good anyway. So I'm not sure, you know, what is the candy and what is the sickness. My sugar diet, day 5. I will say today is the first day that I noticed increased pumps in the gym, and I feel somewhat leaner, like I'm not holding quite as much water. The first few days, eating all that sugar, I just felt like a puffy mess. My weight never really changed. It's been the same the whole time, but the way I look and feel has changed a little bit. But the first few days, I ate like a bunch of candy, worked out, and I had been intermittent fasting for years, so I always trained fasted. And it seemed like that extra sugar before the workout made 0 difference. But today I'm getting a better pump. But yesterday was the first night that I broke the sugar fast with some protein and fats. So who knows exactly what's going on here. It's kind of hard with trying these diets because you're just like, you could see numbers on the scale and how you'll look and feel, but a lot of it is not very controlled, you know, because I could have a better pump today for a million different reasons. other than the diet. So we're sugar fasting today. Here's an example of some stuff that I've been eating. So I've been having this for breakfast, and sometimes when I get home from the gym, I'm just got home from the gym right now, I'm gonna have a smoothie with blueberries, raspberries, honey, and maple syrup, and then I'll actually put some table sugar in there too. And then I got some cranberry juice yesterday, which improves the flavor. I was doing it with Gatorade Zero because we didn't have any sugary juices around the house. So I just do a couple scoops of blueberries. I don't know why I layer it, but I put the raspberries. It's all gonna get blended anyway, so there's no reason to layer it really. But I put the honey before you put the last layer of stuff, or that will stick to the blades of the blender. I have this tiny little blender cup. We actually have a NutriBullet with a bigger cup that I like, and that thing's like brand new, but the little rubber seal around the lid like this, it like already came off, and so it'll like spray everywhere if I use it, which is really annoying because it makes a much bigger smoothie, and I don't want this tiny ass little smoothie. Also put a little maple syrup. I don't know why I've been doing all 3 forms of sugar in every smoothie. I've been putting syrup, honey, and table sugar. I think I'm just covering all my bases. Let me get all the sugars, you know? I don't know why, just to make this more sweet. And then I'll just sip on this for like the next couple hours. Maybe quicker if I get real thirsty or hungry, or I don't know. But I have noticed it's a lot easier than fasting. Like usually with fasting around 3, 4, 5, at some point during the day, I'll get like really hungry and then I rush to like make all my food. But with this, it's been easy because just throughout the day, I can have like a little bit of sugar here and there. So I never get to that point where I'm just like super hungry. So I've been able to like spend more time working and not get like distracted by hunger. Do I have everything here? Oh yeah, more blueberries. I need to fill this thing up. Should be good. Just don't want the lid to not fit. And we're good. Sometimes I like to put cubes of ice, but again, this cup is so freaking small that I just want to like fit as much fruit in there as I can. Looks pretty good. I haven't had smoothies in years. Like I would have, you know, if I was gonna have something blended like this, it would definitely have a protein powder in it. But smoothies are so good, like Jamba Juice, oh my God. Then I throw that in this like Stanley type cup. These insulated cups are insane, like how long they keep stuff cold. I've been taking my smoothie to the gym in the morning and like sipping on it. It'll stay frozen for like 3, 4, 5 hours. All right, that's done. And then let me show you what else I've been having. All right, this is my other invention, bananas. I invented bananas. No, but I like my bananas sweet, like brown, like yellow and spotted. I don't like pure yellow, don't like any green, that's for sure. But anyway, I came up with this because when I was a kid, I used to get like cinnamon toast. My mom would make cinnamon toast, you know, like toast, butter, and then cinnamon and sugar, and then you bake it or whatever. So I was like, what if you put this, maple syrup, and then cinnamon sugar on it? So I pre-mixed up some cinnamon sugar, if you can see that. And I just put a little bit of maple syrup on the banana. Real maple syrup is way more liquidy than like the fake crap you get at the grocery store. This was like a, I don't know, $12 bottle or something. It's way more liquidy. It doesn't just drizzle on things easily. So I'll rub the banana around in it, flip it, rub it a little more, and then just sprinkle the cinnamon sugar all over it. Get that crunchy deliciousness between your teeth. I feel like people seeing these little inventions are gonna be like, no wonder you're not losing any weight on this diet. Look at that. Doesn't that look amazing? Because you can't have bread on this, and you can't have butter. So this is my cinnamon toast banana. And you can just eat that with a fork, kind of rub it around more in the extra syrup. That's so good. All right, we are finally at day 7 of the sugar diet. So did I lose any weight eating a whole bunch of sugar and less protein this week? I think I started at 181.9. Now I'm at 179.6. So I did lose about 2 pounds this week. All right, now let's do the physique comparison. I tried to get like the same lighting, you know, just normal living room lighting, not in a gym, no pump. And I tried to keep both as similar as possible.
It's only been 1 week, so there's not going to be a huge change, but I will say I do think my waist looks tighter. I did lose 1.5 pounds, and my waist has felt smaller than it has in a long time, just perceptually to myself. And I know it's not really fair to compare different lighting, but this was a clip I took this same morning standing outside, and my waist was just feeling smaller than it's felt in a long time. I had a lot of veins in my legs, and overall I was just feeling a lot slimmer.
So what are my thoughts on the sugar diet? Initially, when I started this, I thought it was just gonna be a 7-day thing that I was gonna try, and I was gonna go right back to intermittent fasting. But I actually felt like my waist looked tighter than it has in quite a while. I feel pretty good throughout the day, and I actually lost some weight. So I'm actually gonna continue with the sugar diet and see if I can make even more progress. I actually do like it, and I think it's a pretty easy diet to follow. But I think if you're gonna try it, you need to be very careful about how much sugar you're eating and which sources of sugar. Because if you just wake up and slam candy all day, you're not gonna lose weight. You are gonna get fatter. It's not magic, right? There's never like a complete shortcut. There are things that make it easier and that are easier to follow, but there's no shortcut, right? So I would suggest if you're gonna try this, try mostly fruit. Yeah, maybe you can put some honey on it, some syrup, you know, some sugar. Maybe don't be like super crazy with how much you're putting on there, and just give it a try. And also weigh yourself regularly. So if you do have a day where you eat a bunch of candy and the next day your weight is down, then maybe you could try having a little more candy the next day. But if you have a day where you eat a bunch of candy and then your weight is up, you should be like, okay, I can't have that much candy. Let me reduce the amount of candy, do a little more fruit, and go from there. So basically, if you're doing the sugar fast, it's all sugar all day, no carb, no fat, no starchy carbs, and no protein. If you're doing the sugar diet, it's basically that, but intermittent fasting. So morning, you're having just sugar, and then at night, you're gonna have a lean protein source, and you wanna keep your overall fat for the day very low, like under 30 grams, as low as you can keep it really. And then at night, you can also have some starchy carbs if you're doing the sugar diet. So throughout the day, it's just fruit, fruit juice, sugar, maple syrup, honey, candy, and sugar. I think you could also have popsicles, but anything that's just pure sugar, no fat, no carb, and no starches, you can have. Then you want a lean protein source. With this diet, you don't need quite as much protein. So if you're normally someone that does like 200 grams of protein, you could probably get away with like 150. If you normally do 150, you could probably do like 120, something like that. You don't need quite as much protein, but you do want to keep your fat very low for the day. It's only been a week, so I'm not an expert on this at all, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please hit the like button, leave some comments for the algorithm. Use code Brendon10 at Gymshark if you want to get any of the fits, and I will see you in the next video.